In this video, I travel from Ipoh back to Kuala Lumpur, where I have some really unexpected and awesome experiences that I didn't know I could have once I'm there. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you some of the unexpected experiences you can have in Kuala Lumpur. So I've been to cat parks, but have you ever heard of a place where you can play with husky dogs? Here it is in Kuala Lumpur.
So what are you waiting for now?
They have timing.
Hi.
It's alright.
Jim, come, Jim.
I'm here with Chan from Huskies and just had the most wonderful experience hanging out with Huskies and a Samoyed.
Yeah, 2 Malamutes as well, yeah.
So Chan started this in 2017, so what made you think of this idea?
Well, we are a place for people to come over and interact with our dogs. So we mainly cater to those that are not able to have a pet at home. If they are staying in an apartment or they would like a short experience of owning a pet for a while, just to enjoy their cuddles and their lovely character.
Yes.
Yeah. So we do educate people as well. So if you do come over, you can ask us anything about pets, and then we will let you know the care that you need to give them to provide them for them to have a healthy and good lifestyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you advertise? Because I feel like I only found you through word of mouth. I didn't.
Okay. We are on Facebook.
Okay.
We do run ads on Facebook as well. I'm not too sure why it's not popping up.
Okay.
But most probably it's the location. Wherever we set the location. So currently we set it in Kuala Lumpur.
Can you? So I took a grab here because it's outside of central Kuala Lumpur, but any suggestions on how to find you?
You can actually take a LRT over.
Okay.
Yeah, so the nearest stop will be Glenmary Station. From
Okay.
Glenmary Station, you're able to have a 10 minutes walk over. But if you're not too keen on walking, you can stop by at Kelana Jaya Station and take a Grab from there. That would be about 6 ringgit to come over via Grab.
Okay.
From Kelana Jaya Station.
This was perhaps the most fascinating rainstorm I have ever seen. In the space of minutes, this restaurant I was in and behind it flooded, and as soon as it was over, within 5 minutes, all the water was gone, like it never happened. Strangest thing I ever saw. Once the storm was out of the way, I had to treat myself to a piece of pandan cake, and boy, was it delicious. My next unexpected and delightful activity in Kuala Lumpur was the evening bus tour. I had no idea that really Kuala Lumpur is just so big with so many really fun buildings lit up at night. If you do take this bus tour, it's sort of a catch-all whether you should sit outside. I mean, up top is of course great because you get that free view, but if it rains, you're going to get soaking wet. So I was just inside because the prediction was that it would pour, but it did not. So it was great. And you can go outside and get pictures while you're going. And as you'll see in my tour here, it was absolutely beautiful, all the different buildings, and we even got some explanations about what each thing was, and it was really beautiful to drive by.
used to be the main train station from 1910 until 2001.
I'm headed to the Eco Park, which is another activity I wouldn't have expected to find in Kuala Lumpur. If you end up walking, it is a bit of an uphill walk, and it's hot, so be prepared. The entrance to the Eco Park is really close to KL Tower. You saw the crazy rain from yesterday, and I guess the Eco Park is closed, and I just found out the hard way. This is one of those experiences where, as a full-time traveler, I'm not bothered that it was closed. I could have called them, I suppose, but since I have time, I can go back. And if I don't go back, I know I'll come another time, and now I'm gonna have a different experience than I would have had if it were open. So I'm open to the next experience. Plan B, I've come to Little India, which I hadn't explored yet. And as a full-time traveler, again, I don't come usually with a full list of things I want to do. I took a bus tour last night, saw the Kuala Lumpur at night, and we passed through Little India, and I thought, oh, haven't been there yet. So put it on my list, and here I am. I loved the different music I heard as I walked through Little India. Listen in. Suddenly feel like learning how to dance. Note that drivers don't stop at the pedestrian crosswalks. You need to look carefully, put your hand out, and don't cross unless it's safe. Okay, I'm daring to do the underground, but to get here, I'm at the central station. It's quite confusing. There was a green line and I needed the red line, and to go to the red line I had to go through a shopping mall, upstairs, around. Very confusing. One of the reasons that you'll probably end up using more Grabs.
Station and on board the train. Let's break the COVID-19 chain together.
the whole night. So this one is actually quite significant to eat or the celebration, because once we finish our fasting 30 days, so this is to symbolize that, okay, this is a light for us after the Ramadan. Famous place, and because you know, if you don't know about the history of Malaysia, we were colonized by many countries before. The first one came Portuguese, so they were resides and settled down in Malacca. So if you go into Malacca, or if you've been to Malacca, you will see a lot of Portuguese settlement in Malacca. And then come Dutch, and then British, and then Japanese. Cocoa here is a very, not like like in big scale of plantation of cocoa, just a little bit, but that's how we create our own brand of chocolate. So this is a Malaysian brand of chocolate, and then it has a lot of flavors. It used to be the I forgot the word, betrothal.
Oh, a brothel.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. So on the ground floor, it's like they're doing business like a normal things, business like a trading and things, but on top, that is the house.
Ah.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
This is the inside of a former brothel. And I love that our guide told us that we could just come upstairs and check it out as if it might still be in business. But apparently you can have drinks here now, so lovely experience.
Made of glutinous rice flour, and then inside there is palm sugar, and then coated with grated coconut. You wanna?
It was really fun walking through these back alleys with our guide, and I have no idea why Iron Man is around here, but hey, there you go.
We only eat this during Eid or Hari Raya celebration, because normal days we are not interested with this. But for Chinese people, this is what they eat, because you know why they have a lot of cookies and biscuits, because they will eat this while playing mahjong. You know.
Negotiating over the price for our durian fruit expedition.
Yang bukan musangking. Satu berapa?
Satu kilo.
Yeah.
Part of the fascination of watching them cut up the durian fruit is how on earth they avoid chopping their fingers off. And secondly, seeing what's inside the durian fruit. It's just not like any fruit that we have, of course, in America that I know of. Really special to watch. I have no idea how I'm eating this, so...
Okay, just grab one.
Ow. It's sharp.
Careful because of the thorn.
Yes, no kidding. Just grab this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
It's actually really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, good for you.
I like it.
Oh, okay.
Thumbs up.
Good. Eat more, please.
I will.
Okay.
Another unexpected experience was this walk through what I think was a former warehouse and has now been converted to really cool, eclectic shops, as well as a bookstore. I think there's even a cinema here. There was just not what I was expecting. It's a very modern and mixed variety of stores, and fun to walk through.
Wonder what I need. I told you to be busy, but just give me that hit. Visible.
You may recall I visited this location in my first video on Kuala Lumpur, and these are these guardians at night. Really cool to see their eyes lit up. Here's another fun and unexpected experience to have in Kuala Lumpur. I am going to leave you in suspense and have you watch me get there. Woo! Though kind of ridiculously expensive, especially compared to many other things you can do in Kuala Lumpur, I will say this was a really enjoyable activity. And even though I was solo, and as you see there were a lot of couples, it was still beautiful to sit there in the night air and see the city around me while sipping a lovely glass of white wine. I'm back for a second try at seeing the eco park. And I finally remembered to take my mic with me, so hopefully the sound quality is better on this video. So sorry about the other sound quality. I thought I'd also talk a little bit about healthcare, because as a full-time traveler, this is one of the questions I get asked a lot. What do you do for healthcare? Do you worry about stuff? I just came from seeing a physical therapist, and so I had knee surgery end of last year, and my hips started bothering me, so I thought I better get that looked at, and it was fantastic. I found the physical therapist through a fellow traveler that I met in Kuala Lumpur that recommended the location. The therapist she used was not available, so I had a different one. She was fabulous. And yep, I do have a little bit of exercises to do, and she tortured me, and in a good way, and gave me a bunch of exercises I have to do that she videoed me doing the exercises with explanations. So I thought the whole thing was great, and I have an international expat insurance plan, so I'm covered for a few months in America each year, and then around the world I'm covered anywhere, anytime, for any duration. So that is the life of a full-time traveler when it comes to medical needs. I'm about to find out if it's open today or not. Apparently, I was told that if there's any bad weather, they just close it. Yes, I'm gonna go in. If you want to come here, the entrance is literally right across from the KL Tower. I guess this explains why they close during bad weather. I mentioned before, it's always a good idea to have cash because places like this do not take credit cards. Also, something to note in Malaysia, you'll see that there are different prices for citizens of Malaysia and international travelers. I am in, and they said there are monkeys, but they don't steal your camera, so that's good. I'm gonna put on some bug spray though. All right, let's start our journey. It's kind of cool to be in a giant city like Kuala Lumpur and find complete nature. And if there's monkeys here, I'm gonna be like, wow, because you know, we have Central Park in New York, but not much in the way of wildlife there. Maybe some pigeons and squirrels, but that's about it. And it's a bit of a long walkway, wow. For anyone that's afraid of suspension bridges, and I won't say I'm the hugest fan of them, but I will say this one seems very stable. Not a lot of shake to it, although I am the only person walking on it at the moment, but pretty good. I came off that staircase and now there's more walkway. Wow, it's really big. I'm very surprised. Especially from the outside, I don't know. It looked like, you know, you have the tower and sort of like a parking lot or a driveway up to the tower. I wasn't expecting this to be so big. It looks like there are just walkways everywhere. Wow. It's kind of neat seeing the city in the background as well. Looks like we have a canopy walk. Ooh, almost fell, but I didn't, thanks to the physical therapy. Ooh, and an herbal garden. So it looks like they're growing things here as well. And I'm back at the start. That was really pleasant. Something I also learned in Kuala Lumpur is it's not appropriate or not well received if you walk around showing any cleavage. And last night I was in a dress that I thought, oh, it'll be so much cooler if I wear this, which is a bit open, and a lot of people were staring at me. So I bought this little wrap, and I was with a tour guide, and she helped me negotiate from 30 ringgit down to 20. So I spent about $4, and actually I really like it, and it's a great way, if you have clothing that's a little bit showy, to cover yourself up. It's my last day here in Kuala Lumpur. I'm flying to South Korea tonight, and I'm just noticing that after being here a month, it feels like I've really gotten used to the place. I've either made friends, or I feel like people have that sense that they've seen me before and they smile at me, and I've kind of gotten at home here. I noticed I don't have to use Google Maps anymore to find my way around, especially in the places that I have frequented while I'm here. So there's that odd familiarity that I get to gain having been here so long, which I both love and also feel sad that I'm leaving behind. But hey, I guess I'll repeat the process again in South Korea.